Hi guys, so for today's reading we are going to be looking into what is the gossip on you and why. So we have 3 piles today. Pile 1, 2, 3. Take a moment to get in touch with your intuition and your higher self and pick the pile you feel most drawn to. And if you guys enjoy this reading, like, share, comment, subscribe, think about donating to the channel. You can find my Cash App, PayPal, and Amazon wishlist all in the description box below. Leave timestamps. Check out my other channel, StoryTime. Like, comment, share, subscribe over there. All of those are great ways that you can give back for the energetic healing session I'm bringing to you today. And I truly appreciate all of you who are there for me the way that I am there for you. So let's see what is going on in Pile 1's life right now. Pile 1. Oh, stop it. I'm just trying to get the window open more. Shh. There's people walking past outside. So my dogs are losing their marbles. So, Pile 1. Okay, guys. Hush. Hush. Hey. Anyway, Pile 1. What is the gossip on you right now? I feel like people are talking about how in touch you are, how in alignment you are, how attuned you are to yourself and the world around you. Also, how strong your spirituality is and your spiritual gifts are right now as well. The signs, the synchronicities, the messages you receive from the universe may actually be a topic of conversation for some people as well. The purity that you have inside of you, too. So, as always with my gossip readings, there is always both a bit of good and bad. If you have attention on you, generally you have attention on you from both ends of the fire pit. So, although I will say that this pile got less bad than good. So there's not many people discussing you in a bad way. And even if they are, I feel like most people are just really goes in one ear and out the other. This person's a broken mess. They aren't a strong person at all. They try to appear healed, but they have a long way to go. Remember that others don't know everything that you have been through or how much time it took to get to the level that you are at. Some could be jealous and others could be judging from the outside with third-party gossip as the only proof to their BS. So, my life's like a movie. Just popped in my mind. Just trying to do the right thing, and I hope that it improves me. So Rock Forever is coming to mind now too. So there could definitely be people that are watching from the outside that are paying attention to what you're doing, what you're going through right now. And they're basically trying to say that you're not as good as you try to appear to be, that you're not as healed or healthy as you try to appear to be, things like that. For some of you, that could actually affect your money in some sort of way as well. Overly sensitive and emotional causes drama and problems everywhere they go. Vicious and cutting. Very selfish too. They're constantly triggered. Some may be saying this, but it doesn't make it true. Make sure that you aren't dropping down to their level. And remember, the one at peace with the way things are at the end of the day is the one who wins. So, people could be talking about, you might have dressed some people down and you may have spoke some very harsh truths to them because they pissed you off and you were done putting up with their bullshit. And they could be using this as a way to say, see, I told you, this person's just cruel and mean and hurtful, when really you were nothing but amazingly nice to them until they pushed the wrong button. And here's the other side of that. You also don't have to respond. I mean, you can, but you don't have to. They are doing illegal things to earn their money or to earn their keep, relying on their good luck to get them out of trouble. So people could also be saying that you're doing something, some sort of side hustle or something behind the scenes that's illegal to earn your money. People could be talking about you possibly running drugs or like evading taxes, or you might be couch surfing and sleeping with people to stay with them or something like that is what the topic of conversation is. As far as what you're doing for money may be a topic of discussion. People may not know where your money's coming from, so they may just be making up stories to go along with where your money is coming from. You are only concerned about money. You're a workaholic that doesn't make time for what's truly important. You live in a fantasy world and couldn't handle reality. Others just never learned to dream and to put in the work to make that dream come true. They might have allowed others to convince them that what they wanted was childish and it was time to grow up. You know better. Grow up, you need to make money. That song's coming to mind now too. Oh, the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out. Stressed Out by, I don't remember what group that is, but that's the song that's coming to mind as well. So there could actually be people that you have left behind in the past that are, and actually you guys got a little bit more, you guys got even gossip, good gossip and bad gossip, but you know, with attention comes both sides. And sometimes it fluctuates. Sometimes you have more of one and less of the other. And sometimes you have an even balance. And sometimes you have more of the other and less of the one. But anyway, could be people that you have moved away from that you used to do a lot for. They used to be very codependent on you. And now they're trying to get people to see you in a bad way, so that they don't have to face up to the fact that they did some things that were not okay, and that's why you have pulled your energy back. You are someone who loves your alone time. Others don't always understand this. Most people can't handle their own company, but you love your peace and your solitude. It is beautiful to see someone who needs no one. It hits different is the song that's coming to mind now too. When you don't need something, it hits different. I think they only moved here a couple years ago. They're very different and they bring new energy. Personally, I love them and they are so refreshing to be around. So some people really find your energy to be very different. You stand out a lot. You are very refreshing to be around. The conversation is never dry or boring with you. You have a lot of new understandings, ideas, perceptions, things like that. Probably because you spend a lot of time alone too. You see things clearly and for what they are. You see through the lies of others. You aren't fooled easily, if at all. You are very powerful, and your intuition is very powerful as well. So crazy in a good way. She's crazy, but she's mine is coming to mind. Along with, I know he's fucking crazy, but he's still my baby. I don't remember what that song is called. So crazy in a good way, filled with life and vitality. Nothing is boring with them around. They love to live and live to love. They will never be held back, but will always blaze forward fearlessly. So people are definitely talking about how you're the life of the party, since I mentioned it before that card came out as well. You're definitely somebody, it's never boring around you. You have something new going on a regular basis. Everything in your life isn't just wrapped up into one person. You got a lot of different people that you talk to, or a lot of different places that you go, and you really bring a very refreshing energy to the group. See what else we have. Angel wings. My guides cut the grass so I can see. As they do, all the snakes flee. No more checking my ankles down low. They can't breach this fiery glow. Lightning speed beneath my feet. It's too bad you lost your seat. Your poison will never take me out. I'm immune to what you're about. Sent as a test by the divine source, a power you can never touch by force. I hope you learn before it's too late. I am on the side of fate. 12122. And if you guys want to be able to find that poem again, check out my other channel, Dee's Storytime. I really do appreciate the likes, shares, comments, and subscribes over there. That really helps me out a lot, and it's a great way to give back for the energetic healing session I'm bringing to you today. So people also are talking about how you are untouchable. You are a spirit that can't be tamed. The movie Spirit is coming to mind now too. You're a spirit that can't be tamed. You are somebody that is not meant to be controlled. You're also somebody who's very highly protected and looked after, watched over by the angels as well. And people have found out the hard way by messing with you that you are not to be messed with. So if these people that are talking about you haven't found that out yet, they soon will. That their mouth should not be on you. Ouroboros, infinity, eternal past life. Arcturians, feeling safe, wisdom keepers, concern. You're definitely an old soul. Somebody that people feel like has a lot of information. You're very protected. Your energy is very protected again too. You are somebody that is giving birth to a lot of ideas, a lot of new things. But a lot of these ideas and these new things are very old things as well. Old things that people have forgotten about, old things that have been lost to time. And they're seen in a new way as well. You're bringing a new life to them and a new light to them. You're somebody who's very good at saving money or dealing with finances as well. You're also really good at listening to the signs, the synchronicities, and the messages that come into you. You're very stable, very strong. There's not much that could actually tear you down. Some people may be talking about you being a little bit possessive or controlling, or you hold on to things too tightly because you're worried about abandonment or something along those lines. But honestly, everybody goes through situations like that at different times too, where you're feeling upset or feeling vulnerable or feeling weak or something in those lines to where it's causing you to act in ways that are just not your highest self. But I also feel like you have a very beautiful soul and you are really just a very beautiful person. And that's the majority of what people are talking about. You're very connected to your higher self. You're very in touch with the spiritual realm as well. The snake, breaking the old cycles, patterns, and behaviors of the past, breaking through the karmic chains, really being able to learn how to let go. You may have held on to things a bit too tightly in the past. You may have clung to things in some sort of way. People may be talking about how you have been able to break through that process and how you've been able to come out the other side, how you have learned that patience, persistence, dedication, time, effort, and energy really does pay off. And you may have held on to something very closely to your heart. You may have worked very hard for something that is finally starting to pay off. And people are really seeing that you were right in wanting to continue down this path and wanting to really work towards these goals that you had. So that is what I have for you guys, and I really hope that you guys enjoyed this reading. I would love to hear what you guys had to say about it in the comments below, whether or not it resonates, what you might be going through. And if you guys enjoyed this reading, like, share, comment, subscribe, think about donating to the channel. Check out my other channel, leave timestamps. All of those things really do help me out, and it's a great way to give back for the energetic healing session I'm bringing you today, and you can find all my links for all of those things in the description box below. I truly appreciate all of you who give back to me in that way, and I hope you all have a beautiful night or day, whatever it is, wherever you are when you're watching. Bye-bye, guys. Pile 2. For you guys, the gossip on you and why it's going on. I feel like you guys are very passionate. You have recently started delving into more of your passions without feeling so much shame or guilt about it. Grab something really quick. You're definitely very different. You are also a very sensitive, emotional, and intuitive person. And for some of you guys, these new layers of emotion is something that has always been there, but people are just barely starting to see them surface. You're very protected as well, and you're very balanced. You also may really love nature. You may spend a lot of time in the woods or near trees or in some sort of park as well. You could actually travel a lot too. For some of you, you may travel a lot. You may have went to see the Stonehenges recently. Or you just may really love to watch different things on the Discovery Channel or the Travel Channel or something. As with all of my gossip readings, there is always both good and bad when it comes to attention being on us. A lot of times there is a balance of both. Sometimes there's more of one, sometimes there's more of the other, sometimes there's an equal balance. So we're going to see both the good and the bad sides of what people are saying about you. You have everything that I desire, and I refuse to work as hard as you do. In fact, I don't even see that you have. I can only see what I want and what I don't have. I spend all day pining after others' accomplishments and tearing down their character instead of setting and achieving goals. So some people might be saying that this is you, but honestly, I'm feeling like somebody in your environment is feeling this way, and that is probably who is doing a lot of the negative gossip on you. It's reminding me of politics. Gosh, nobody actually runs around talking about their own accomplishments, doing their accomplishments, letting those accomplishments speak for themselves. Everybody is busy degrading their opponent instead. Constantly, all the time. Every new president we have in this country has some sort of big, huge campaign against them about all their nasty deeds and everything. And every time there's two of them running against each other, same thing happens, but it seems to blow up more once one of them gets elected. But basically, and some of it's true and some of it isn't. But basically, there could be people around you that are trying to tear down your character instead of setting and achieving their own goals. So if you're somebody who is setting and achieving goals, you're really doing a lot, you're doing the most to get things done, then this is the person talking about you. And if you're somebody who is in a very negative energy vibrationally, and you're upset about everything that everyone else has, and you're constantly talking about how people did you dirty and all these other things, and you're focused on that, then people could be talking about that as well. And I have been in that energy once or twice throughout my life too, so it does happen. A fraud that uses charisma or manipulation to get others to do their bidding. You are someone that is cruel and uncaring. You get what you want and you leave. Trying to shine a light on you to avoid others seeing them. Like I said, there is definitely somebody around you that is trying to make you out to be the bad guy in some sort of way. Oh, the song Bad Guy by Billie Eilish is coming to mind right now because I've talked about that song a lot. She's the bad guy, right? Except it's not her fault that married men are busy trying to get into her bed, and most of them are probably lying to her about being single. She's definitely not the only bad guy there, if she's the bad guy at all, because sometimes it's not even the bad guy, it's just the one that was lied to. But yeah, somebody is saying that you're cruel, that you're uncaring, that you are busy tearing down the character of others instead of working on your own goals, something like that. And this could definitely be their personality. Crafty, manipulative, a big gaslighter. Do you know any victims? Ones who always blame but never take accountability. So, if you have gone through a lot and you have publicly expressed the things that you have gone through, and you have let people in on the truth, somebody could be saying that you're lying about the things that you have spoken about and spoken up and spoken out about. Gaslighters and manipulators love to do that too. They love to make it look like you're the one lying because you're the one making a big scene, and the one making a big scene is the one that's always lying, right? But don't worry about what anybody's saying about you or what anybody is thinking about you. Continue to tell your story and continue to free yourself. Just make sure that you are also taking into consideration the need to be honest and not to be blaming everything on everybody else. Taking accountability for your own actions and your choices, because you chose to be in those situations. You chose to put up with things as long as you did, so it is partially your fault too when it comes to a situation like that a lot of times. They are weird, eccentric, a loner, and an outcast. They don't have any friends, and I know why. Making up stories because there's intrigue in your mystery. Attention comes with both good and bad. You can't escape it by hiding. It's still there at the end of the day. Don't listen to it. None of them know the real you anyway. Those who do are very lucky because you keep a small circle and you could care less about shallow popularity. So yeah, there's people that think they're ruining your reputation. There's people that think they're keeping you from making new contacts and stuff like that. But really, you know which contacts are best for you. And the ones that are going to believe things without even taking action to see if they're true aren't the ones that you need in your corner anyway. You definitely could be somebody who isn't in the spotlight a whole lot, who isn't seen or heard from by people a lot. So people could be jumping on this bandwagon because there's a lot of intrigue and mystery. They may listen to the gossip. That doesn't mean they believe it. Some of them might, but if they do, that's on them, not you. You are always on time. If not, you're a bit early. You know just what to bring and you never show up empty-handed. If you can't make it, you give a heads up as well. You always think of others. Nothing compares to you. You are everything to me. I am swept away by the love that I feel for you. My heart beats faster when I see you and I can't look away. Please notice me. So people could be talking about how there could be a lot of people who have a crush on you and who may really be vying for your attention, but you may not be paying them much attention. Or there could be somebody in general that's talking about you and has a lot of good things to say about you, but you may not be noticing them. There is definitely people that are talking about you and how no one compares to you, really. You are a very kind, generous person. You seem to be so happy and like you are on the best path for you. Don't let others bully you into giving up. So there are also people talking about how they hope that you don't allow people to bully you into giving up. That they feel like you are on the right path, that you're doing the right thing for you, that you're really improving yourself, you're leveling up, and they know there's a lot of jealous, bitter people around you that are bullying you or that are treating you badly, trying to get you to give up on yourself or your path or your purpose. And they really don't want you to, and they don't feel like you will, because you just seem so happy. You always notice the feelings of others around you. You try to make others feel comfortable, safe, and loved. So you're definitely an empath in this pile as well. Your voice empowers and inspires others. You own your own power, and you never let others get to you or tear you down. You are stable and grounded, and you never fall into addiction for long, if at all. So you're somebody who's very stable, very grounded, very responsible as well. I feel like you could be a little bit fun-loving, but at the same time you have this nice balance of responsibility and fun-loving energy. And you're very conscious of the feelings or emotions of others around you, and you always try to make sure that you are not doing things that intentionally hurt people. Tough love is love too. So if you have a problem with tough love is love too. Kiddie pool. A face grows old with age, the turning of a new page. At the dawning of this sight, make sure it's for reasons that are right. Look deeper than the surface, find true purpose. Never be directed by the looks of someone you see. Tear your heart and mind free. What do you really desire for keeps? The seeds you sow are yours to reap. 9/19/20. So people are talking about how you are a very non-shallow person, about how you really look to the heart of people. And you really are waiting for somebody to notice and appreciate your true value and not what you can offer to the table in sex or in looks or in clout or whatever it may be. You're looking for somebody who's actually wanting to be in it with you for the long haul, somebody who is not shallow. And you may actually have somebody around you that is standing up for you, defending you, and really is very in love with you. And people could be talking about that as well. 10 of Wands, you're working very hard. Queen of Swords, you have had to cut off a lot of people. You've had to really stand in your power. You've had to set your boundaries. You may have even had a divorce that could have been causing you a lot of burdens or a lot of weight on your shoulders. Or even just the end of a partnership. You are taking on this added responsibility and weight. You're very capable of that. You're very strong. You're very intelligent. And I also really feel like you are creating a business for yourself that people are talking about. If you're not creating a business for yourself, you might be doing sales things through some other company or something along those lines, where you're dealing with a customer base. So customer service in some form or another. And you're very good at this. And you are very capable. You're very good at communicating as well. You're very intelligent. You're very knowledgeable. You're very wise because you have been through a lot. You could actually be doing some sort of peer counseling as well or something along those lines. Maybe even working as in addictions in some sort of way, in helping people to break addictions. We have the stingray and the otter. We have water element, reflection, kindness, and compassion. Third eye, visions, manifesting, and meditation. So you are definitely somebody who does a lot of meditating. People could be talking about the meditation that you do, the visualization techniques you use, the manifesting capabilities that you have, how you're very in touch with your intuition, how you are very in touch with your emotions as well. You're very much the reflection of kindness, love, empathy, compassion, understanding, care, concern, and at the same time you know better than to allow people to take advantage of you, so you do not allow people to take advantage of you either. You're very playful and you really enjoy life, but at the same time, you have a very strong demeanor and you have a very solid presence. You're very responsible, and people wouldn't dare to disrespect you because people know that you're at the top of your game. People also know that you won't hesitate to express truths that are very deep about them, that can bring them to their knees just with your words. So people are also very careful with the way that they treat you because they don't want to disrespect you and cause you to lash out at them in some sort of way verbally. They know that you would win in an argument for a lot of you as well. You're also very aligned. They really feel like you're very aligned and you defend and protect this purpose that you feel like you're working towards very efficiently. So that is what I have for this pile, and I really hope that you guys enjoyed this reading. I would love to hear what you guys thought about it, whether or not it resonates with you, what you might be going through, who these people could be. And if you guys enjoyed this reading, like, share, comment, subscribe. Think about donating to the channel. You can find my Cash App, PayPal, and Amazon wishlist all in the description box below. Leave timestamps. Check out my other channel. Likes, comments, shares, and subscribes over there are greatly appreciated as well. All of those are great ways that you can give back for what I'm giving to you here today. And I hope you guys have a beautiful night or day, whatever it is, wherever you are when you're watching. Bye-bye, guys. Pile 3 for you guys. What's the gossip on you, and why is this gossip going on? You're very strong, and you have a lot of inner beauty. You definitely shine in ways that people don't notice at first, especially in your strength, your stability, your confidence. I feel like people do not realize just how confident you are, just how stable you are, just how unbreakable you are. This is reminding me of a spider on here. Black widows could hold a certain symbolism for you as well. Brown recluses too. People feel like you're very harmless unless they mess with you. And if they mess with you, things come back tenfold very swiftly. People may be talking about the beauty and the purity that you have within you, but also how if people try to affect that or tinge that in any way, you're very protected, and karma tends to step in and do something about it. So let's see what all we have here. And as I told the other piles, if you've been here for a while, you already know this, but with the gossip readings, you know, when you have attention on you, you generally have both good and bad attention on you. So if you want attention on you, you're going to have to get used to both being there. So there's definitely going to be both here. Although I think this may have been the pile that had less bad gossip than good. Super sexual, running around with everyone, can't hold us down, pink. Fiery, passionate, fun, good time person. Everyone wants to know you or have you. Some have lied about it. Don't worry or focus on it. Most don't believe the ones talking shit about you. I've gone through a little bit of that myself. So there could be people talking about how you're a little bit loose, or how you have sex with many partners, or maybe even saying that you're a cheater, or something about how you have a sexual addiction or something along those lines. And you know what? For one thing, if you've ran into anybody with a sexual addiction, a lot of them feel very ashamed of their sexual addiction. They don't really want to admit it to anybody, so they may actually be saying that about you to make themselves look better, or maybe to make themselves look less alone, or whatever the case may be. Doesn't make it true, but there could definitely be some people talking about your sexual activity here, and there's definitely some people who have lied about it as well. Don't focus on that, though. They don't deserve the praise that they receive. No one knows who they really are behind closed doors. If you are wearing a mask, it's time to remove it. If not, this person could be, and knows how many others do, and would believe the lies without questions. So definitely, you could actually be praised on the fact that you're a very loyal, committed partner. You could be somebody who doesn't really sleep around with a whole lot of people. You could be somebody who's a little bit more reserved sexually, somebody who doesn't give their gifts out and their party favors out to everyone, you know. But people just may not know what goes on behind closed doors as well. And you may be a little bit flirty, but that's okay. Because just because you're a little bit flirty doesn't mean you're having sex with everyone either. And you know what? Even if you are, who's to say that that's wrong anyway? Here's the thing. You know, there's a lot of people who will claim that's wrong, but they're the ones busy doing that. Usually it's the ones that are busy doing that that are throwing the shade at everybody. It's a self-hate thing. Anyway, let's see what else there is. This person is angry all the time. They take offense to everything and they are no fun. Maybe there's a reason for your anger. Let it loose in healthy ways. And remember, anything that costs your peace is too expensive. Yeah, I had somebody that I was dealing with about 2 years ago that was basically saying all this stuff about me. And it was them in a handbag. Really, it was. But they even tried to convince me that I had too much anger. And you know what? I did have a bit of anger that was a little bit pent up. Here's the thing. When you express it in healthy ways, that's what makes the difference between somebody who's just angry and lashing out at everybody or taking offense to everything, because I don't take offense to everything, but I will address things when I feel like it's necessary as well. You walked out on your family. You don't care about anyone but yourself. You are a narcissist and envy. You are a narcissist. Others envy your self-love and your self-respect. They don't have any themselves, so they see it as selfishness. No worries, they're just the toxic side of a martyr. So, if somebody is running around telling everybody that you're a narcissist because you're making healthy decisions for yourself, because you're changing your life, because you're cutting people off, because you're taking care of you, and because you're not sticking around for abuse in a relationship, but you're like, nope, I'm out of here. It doesn't matter if I had sex with you or not. I'm gone because you're going to start this crap with me. Nope, see you later. So people could actually be using that to claim that. And here's the thing. These are people that would stay in a relationship for 60 years just because they don't want to be looked at as somebody who walked away from a relationship. Just because they don't want to be looked at as somebody who's having sex with everybody, they will stay with the same partner forever. Just because they don't want to be seen as somebody who walked out on their family, they will allow not only themselves to be abused, but their children to be abused as well. You know when to walk away. Exactly. You aren't one to push things, and you know sometimes space is necessary. So there are other people that are talking about you and they're like, no, this person just knows when to walk away. They know that there's no point in standing there and putting up with the bullshit, and that sometimes space is necessary. Heartbreak has been a big part of your life over and over again. Each time you rise back up, a pure warrior, so strong it's breathtaking. You live, you learn, you bounce back, and you try for it all again. You are always all in. I have always been last. Others put me there and I put me there. It's time for a change. It's my time to shine. No more fading to the background. No more being bullied into submission. Time to give to me. If you don't like it, take a walk. And so you know that toxic side of a martyr very well as well, because a lot of you have been in that toxic side of a martyr. I've visited it myself. Being in that toxic space of a martyr, you put up with the bullying, you put up with the abuse, you put yourself last, you bitch about it, you moan about it, you cry about it, you complain about it, but you don't do anything. You don't make any decisions to change how things are happening. And so you have made that change in your life, and you have walked away from anyone or anything that is stealing the peace from your life or creating drama, chaos, or conflict within your world. And so people could be saying that you're selfish right now, but that's just because they aren't willing to make that risk or take that risk to make that change either. And they don't even realize that that's the right thing to do, because self-love is love too. You are so funny. No one could ever escape laughing when you're around. You are medicine for the soul, and everyone loves how light the mood gets when you're around. So you're definitely very funny. You have a good sense of humor. You are really somebody that lightens the mood and brings a breath of fresh air. This person has overcome so much. I can't believe the strength that they have. Nothing could ever crush them, hold them down, or hold them back. So it doesn't matter if you have been hurt in love. You're going to go out there and try to get love again. It doesn't matter if you've been bruised or if you've scraped your knee. You're going to get up and you're going to go again. And you just have so much strength inside of you, so much persistence, so much dedication, so much willpower. You are definitely a very strong warrior. You could also be somebody who stands out, very much so. You may look different from a lot of people around you. Whether that's because you come from a different culture or a different belief system or a different race, or whether that's because you come from a different country, or if that's because of the way that you dress or the way that you talk or the style that you have. You are somebody who stands out and you're very different from people around you. You draw attention to yourself in the ways that you express yourself because you express yourself truthfully and authentically. You're not running from the attention. And so there could be a lot of people, just because of the way that you look or the dedication you put into your pride in your appearance, that are also thinking that you're just running around trying to get that attention from people. The song Guys My Age just popped into my head. So we have death. We have the Seven of Swords. People are talking about how you've been able to just file the lies and slander going on against you away, how you have really been able to learn from the experiences that you've gone through. You're a very intelligent person. Some people might be talking about how you're a shady person and you're hiding things from people and things like that. There may even be people that are trying to find more information out about you, investigating you, looking into things, dealing with you, searching your name online, things like that. People could also be talking about how you really love to read. You may really enjoy libraries as well. People are also talking about how you have transformed your life. You definitely moved out of a situation or moved away from a situation. A lot of you could have went through a divorce. A lot of you and your whole family could have picked up and moved somewhere else because of the, you might have even went through a lot of stuff to the point where you felt like you had to move somewhere else. People could even be talking about how you are just somebody who is transforming so much, who has transformed so much, who has used the chaos, the conflict, and all of that stuff, the anger, to drive you to transform. Keeping Me Alive is the song that's coming to mind now, too. Because it's keeping me alive. That song. I know, butchered it. That's the only lyrics I can think of right now, too. You're also somebody who travels a lot or who just knows a lot about a lot of different cultures or a lot of different ways of being. You're somebody who has a very different perspective on things. You're definitely a very different person. Somebody who may have felt like an outcast most of your life because of the differences that you have. It could have been very hard for you to find people who would accept you, who would treat you right. And, at some point in your life, you might have accepted people who treated you wrong because you got sick of being alone. But you also have learned from that and grown from that. You have a lot of people around you attacking you, smearing you, that are angry, upset, hurt, distraught, that are really just in a lot of self-hate. And they may be talking a lot of trash. And there's people who know about this as well and see this from that perspective. So there's nothing really to worry about here. Anunnaki, controlling drama, conflict of interest. Alpha Draconians, corrupt, unethical cults. So there could definitely be people saying that you are corrupt, you're unethical, that you are somebody who is a cult leader, especially because of the spirituality thing. You could definitely be a spiritual leader of some sort. There may be people that are saying that you're lying about your gifts or your messages that you bring. There could be people saying that you are easily bought, or that there has been a lot of conflicts of interest that you've had to deal with on your path, because a lot of the people that you have been working with or a lot of the people that you have dealt with have tried to bring you down to their level instead of rising up. You may also be somebody who believes very heavily in a lot of conspiracy theories. There might be a lot of conspiracy theories that you are interested in or that you like to research or that you like to delve into. You may even talk about politics a lot and the corruption that's in politics. You may even talk about how some of the religions you kind of perceive as cult leaders that are really just trying to mold people into what they want them to be instead of loving them unconditionally. You may have even came from a very religious background and broke free from it. And that's where a lot of this may be coming from as well, is those people just don't understand who you are. You are unashamed of your sexuality. You are unashamed of your passions. You're unashamed of your desires. You're unashamed of who you are. And you will no longer allow anybody to let you or to convince you to be ashamed of yourself or who you are, or to live your life in a box. And that's what I really feel here. So that is what I have for you guys, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this reading. I would love to hear from you guys, whether or not you thought this resonated, what you might be going through, who these people could be. And if you guys enjoyed this reading, like, share, comment, subscribe. Think about donating. You can find my Cash App, PayPal, and Amazon wish list all in the description box below. And I truly appreciate every one of you who does that. You guys are really a blessing in my life, and I am so grateful that there are so many of you willing to give back for what I am here giving to you, and I truly appreciate you guys. I hope you guys have a beautiful night or day, whatever it is, wherever you are when you're watching. Bye-bye, guys.